On Earth, there are places that overwhelm us with both awe and unease. These are not just colossal scars carved into the planet's surface, but shapes so unnervingly perfect that one must wonder, were they truly crafted by nature, or do they conceal a secret far beyond our understanding? Some landscapes feel as though they were pulled straight out of a nightmare, cold, silent, and whispering stories buried for millions of years. Some believe they are remnants of cosmic disasters, while others see them as gateways to realms humanity was never meant to enter. Tonight, we step into the mist, crossing the fragile line between reality and the unknown, as we uncover the strangest and most mysterious shapes our planet has ever hidden. Number 1. Ice disks spinning on rivers. On frozen rivers in North America, Europe, and even Russia, a chilling phenomenon sometimes appears. Enormous disks of ice, almost perfectly circular, drifting and slowly spinning on the water's surface. From afar, they look like portals to another world, silently turning in the current, as if something beneath the river were pulling the ice into motion. Scientists suggest that these ice disks form when a large chunk of ice breaks away and is caught in a gentle current. As it spins, friction with surrounding ice and water gradually grinds its edges into an eerily perfect circle. Some disks grow to more than 15 meters across, larger than a house, slowly revolving like a giant frozen clock face. Yet despite the scientific explanation, the sight is deeply unsettling. Standing by the river, you can't help but feel that these icy circles resemble colossal symbols carved into the water, or gateways waiting to open. Their hypnotic rotation brings to mind a giant vinyl record, endlessly playing a song only the river itself can hear. For those who witness them, the question lingers. Is this simply the cold mathematics of nature, or a glimpse of something far more mysterious hidden beneath the frozen surface? Number 2. Hexagonal cracks in Death Valley. In the heart of Death Valley, one of the hottest and most unforgiving places on Earth, the desert floor hides a strange and unsettling pattern. Stretching across the dry ground are vast networks of cracks that form near-perfect hexagons, shapes so precise they seem as though they were carved by an invisible hand. Scientists explain that this geometry arises from cycles of wetting, drying, and shrinking. As moisture seeps into the soil and then evaporates under the relentless desert heat, stress spreads evenly across the surface. The result? Hexagons, the most stable and efficient shape in nature. Similar patterns appear in cooling lava flows or even dried mud. But here in Death Valley, the scale is far more immense, covering the landscape like a giant mosaic. And yet, when you stand among them, the sight feels unnervingly deliberate. The ground beneath your feet looks less like random nature and more like a coded message, a pattern etched into the earth itself. Some have compared it to reptilian scales, others to an ancient tiled floor, as if the desert were once part of a colossal structure long forgotten. Whether it is the mathematics of nature or something far stranger, these endless hexagons in Death Valley remain one of the desert's most haunting mysteries. Number 3. The perfect sand circles of the Japanese pufferfish. Deep beneath the coastal waters of Japan, divers have discovered something that looks almost too perfect to be natural. Intricate circular patterns etched into the seafloor, each nearly 2 meters across. From above, they resemble mysterious mandalas or alien crop circles hidden under the waves. These sand circles are created not by machines, nor by human divers, but by a tiny artist, the male pufferfish. Using only the movements of his fins, he spends days sculpting the sand into symmetrical ridges and valleys. The design is not random. The grooves channel ocean currents in such a way that fine sand collects at the center, creating a smooth, inviting stage for a mate. Scientists explain this as an instinctive ritual, a courtship display to attract females. But when you first see it, the effect is almost unsettling. The symmetry is so precise, so deliberate, that it feels as though something intelligent, even architectural, has been at work. The site has been compared to sacred geometry, ancient carvings, or even symbols left by an unknown presence. Whether we see it as nature's art or something more mysterious, the pufferfish's circle reminds us of a haunting truth. Even the smallest creatures can create patterns that challenge our understanding of the natural world. Number 4. Snowflakes. In the silent storms of winter, as the sky grows heavy with cold, something small yet profoundly mysterious drifts toward the earth. Snowflakes, each carrying a near-perfect design. Every snow crystal, smaller than a grain of sand, reveals a stunning geometry, 6 arms radiating outward in flawless symmetry. The secret lies deep at the molecular level. Water molecules, H2O, bond together in a rigid structure, forcing the crystal into a hexagonal pattern. This invisible law of nature transforms frozen water into dazzling masterpieces of geometry. It's said that no 2 snowflakes are exactly alike, yet all obey the same unbreakable rule. And when you watch them fall in countless numbers, it's hard not to wonder, why does such perfection exist in something so fragile? Could it be a hidden code of nature? Or perhaps a frozen script written by the universe itself? Snowflakes may look ordinary, but the longer you stare, the more unsettling they become. 1,000 tiny mysteries drifting down from the winter sky, each one a silent reminder that nature holds secrets we may never fully decipher. Number 5. Desert rose crystals. In the heart of the most barren landscapes on Earth, where survival seems impossible, strange flowers bloom directly from the sand. Known as desert roses, they are not alive, not plants at all, but clusters of minerals, mainly gypsum or barite, crystallized into delicate petals of stone. This phenomenon occurs when mineral-rich groundwater slowly evaporates under the relentless desert sun. What remains are thin, blade-like crystals radiating outward, forming what looks like a rose frozen in time. At first glance, one might mistake them for ancient fossils of flowers long extinct, or perhaps intricate sculptures crafted by human hands. Yet every detail is purely the work of nature itself. The beauty of the desert rose carries an eerie contradiction. In a place defined by lifelessness, searing heat, and endless dust, these stone roses rise silently, cold and unyielding. It feels as if the desert is whispering a cryptic message, that even in death and desolation, beauty can exist, but in a form both mesmerizing and haunting. Number 6. Lightning glass tubes, fulgurites. When lightning rips through the sky and strikes the ground, its heat can soar to over 30,000 degrees Celsius, hotter than the surface of the sun. On dry, sandy soil, this unimaginable energy melts grains of sand, fusing them instantly into glass. What remains are hollow, twisted tubes branching like the roots of a tree turned to stone. These creations are called fulgurites. Their shapes are not random. The branching patterns often repeat at angles of about 120 degrees, mirroring the fractal geometry of energy seen across nature, from lightning bolts in the sky to blood vessels to the spreading limbs of trees. Fulgurites are sometimes called fossilized lightning, natural evidence that a bolt once struck that very spot. Some have been found several meters long, buried deep in the sand, preserved for thousands of years before discovery. There's something haunting about them, a fleeting instant of destruction captured forever in glass. They stand as eerie reminders that nature's energy can sculpt masterpieces, while also bringing total annihilation in a single strike. Number 7. Stromatolites, hills of microbes. Along quiet, salty shorelines, you may stumble upon dome-shaped rock formations that look like ancient fossils. But astonishingly, some are still alive. These are stromatolites, built layer by layer as cyanobacteria, tiny microbes among Earth's very first life forms, trap and bind sediment for millions of years. Each dome is the product of slow, relentless growth, forming a stable and uniform geometry. Stromatolites have existed for over 3.5 billion years, older than animals, older than plants, even older than most continents themselves. They are more than just microbial hills. They are living relics of Earth's deep past. Scientists believe it was the cyanobacteria within stromatolites that first released oxygen into the atmosphere, transforming an alien, suffocating world into the breathable planet we know today. To gaze upon a stromatolite is to stare directly into the cradle of life, a structure that quietly shaped the course of Earth for billions of years. Simple, yet unsettling, as if you're looking at the original face of life itself. The universe and our Earth are filled with mysteries that science has yet to fully explain. Are these perfect shapes merely coincidences of nature, or could they be hidden messages waiting to be uncovered? Thank you for staying with us until the end. If you enjoyed these mysteries, Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe for more eerie discoveries. Because who knows, the next mystery might be lurking just around you.